Hi, my name's Rebekah Callaghan. I'm from Philadelphia, and this is one of my paintings called Here Together.
And where are we?
We're at Gross McLeaf Gallery in Philadelphia.
And you are having a solo exhibition, correct?
Yeah, solo exhibition for the month of May. Really excited.
Did you go to the Academy by any chance?
I didn't. I went to Tyler School of Art.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll have to talk about that.
I visited Tyler, and I kind of just fell in love with the school. It was at the older campus in Elkins Park when I went there, and there was just a real uniqueness to the place. Yeah, and I had a great 4 years there.
Can't say I love it when a talented painter snubs the Academy, but tell me about your show.
So my show consists of paintings that are based off of plants around my studio. I'll start by making drawings from the plants and then use those drawings as a basis for the paintings. I like to experiment with the color. A lot of the paintings are derived from the same plants, but even starting from the same place, I always end up somewhere new. And that's part of the process of making for me. I never know what a painting's going to look like in the end, but part of it is this aspect of discovery that happens while I'm making the painting, and that can be through color relationships or inventing a new kind of scale through the work.
Now, who are some of your influences?
I have some favorites that are, I think, crowd favorites, Matisse and Bonnard. I'm a big fan of Fairfield Porter, but I also love the work of Lois Dodd. Milton Avery is a big influence for me, but also the work of my friends. New York-based painter Alan Prasniak, Los Angeles-based painter Dustin Metz, Katie Gegenheimer is here in Philadelphia.
You are unlike many contemporary artists in that I don't see any whiff of political, any kind of axe to grind about anything other than beauty. Is that correct?
Well, I think maybe keeping those things out of the work is a political stance in and of itself. But I think that there's conversations to be had about the way that shapes interact or don't interact on the canvas, the way that all the parts of the canvas have been considered, and I try to give all of the parts equal roles so that not one takes precedence over another. So the shapes, the colors, they are sharing responsibility. Yeah, so I'm not sure that those things are at the forefront of my mind, but I think that they're still part of the making process.
Like a dolt, I was unprepared to talk to Rebekah. Not the mother.
No.
But the admirer?
Yes, absolutely.
But I did find some fun facts about her online that help give some context. For instance, she has 9 brothers and sisters. She told artist Aubrey Leventhal, growing up, sharing was key. No wonder she wants all the elements in her work to play equal roles and share responsibility. And regarding beauty, she prefers it flawed. When shopping for clothes, she told Aubrey Leventhal, "Out of all the identical shirts on the rack, I'd buy the one with a slight malfunction. I loved how this imperfection made the shirt unusual and one of a kind. I also like the idea of a slight dissonance, or that something could be simultaneously functional and incorrect." Which leads me to a second fun fact. Rebekah teamed up with a clothing manufacturer to make items based on her art. Let's get botanical. What kind of houseplants do you have, and do you have a green thumb, or do most of them end up dead?
I'm getting some pretty cheap plants from hardware stores. I do have some pretty special bouquets of flowers that have been given to me in the past, and I held on to them. The flowers are dried out now, so I'm painting from a lot of dead plants. But no, I do not have a green thumb. I would love for someone to come into my studio and teach me how to take care of my plants, because by the time I'm wrapping up the show, most of the plants I'm working from are on their way out, unfortunately.
Now, this may seem like a dumb question for an abstract painter, but do you ever have the plants posing for you as you're painting, or are you kind of doing it from the drawings and memory?
I definitely use the plants. I feel like when I'm getting stuck or lost in a painting, I'll bring the plants over, and work observationally. I'll reintroduce a new drawing. I'll work directly from what the plant looks like and then integrate that into the space of the painting. I still think of myself as being between representation and abstraction, still really pulling from what it is I'm seeing, pulling from everyday life colors or experiences. But certainly, yeah, I'll paint directly from the plants as well.
It does seem like painting has slipped from the kingly position in the art world that it once had. Do you worry about that at all? Do you feel like possibly an accordion player in a rap world?
I think that's a lovely thing to be. I think more than ever, painting is important. A kind of handmadeness, a kind of tactility. We're losing that in the way things are processed or generated, or in our learning, in our interactions. Painting is more important than ever because of that.
Do you think there is a backlash against all things digital? And are you a digital Luddite, or do you constantly scroll on your phone?
I try to keep a healthy relationship with scrolling. It's here to stay. And so everything in moderation, right? But I'd certainly much rather look at a painting than look at a screen.
Maybe I should start projecting my videos onto a canvas. In any event, very nice talking to you, Rebekah, and good luck with your show.
Thank you.
I'm going to end this with one final fun fact about Rebekah, along with my conjecture as to why this might be. When Aubrey Leventhal asked her, "What is one unshakable truth you believe when you are in your studio and making work?" Rebekah replied, "Snacks, bananas, almonds, and dark chocolate." That may seem somewhat far afield from the ideal of the tortured and driven artist grappling with profundity, but if you grow up with 9 Irish-American siblings, making sure you get your fair share of nourishment has got to be of utmost importance. She told me, get it while it's there. Don't wait for seconds. Rebekah's show will be up at Gross McLeaf through May 23rd, 2024.